It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They begin on the ground with Gurindo. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now Thomas will come in motion right. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A huge play there for Denver. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll try the middle with Gurindo. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Isaac Gurindo. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. He's able to find Melton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. This pass complete to Melton. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Bo Melton, 45 yards. And the Jets are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 75 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Again, it's Guerrero. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 56 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Guerrero on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you, the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Handoff here, Guerrero. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Mb2 coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down.
at the 40-yard line.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That ball caught by Harrison. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
Counter play, here's Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll set up a throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Here is third and quite a ways. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Looking to throw. He will have the conversion and more than that. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Gibbs is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Again, it's Gibbs. And another negative play there as they stop him again. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. From the 5, 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it with Gibbs. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jacorian Bennett has it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why, because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game, because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
A handoff running right, Gurindo. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is, if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
On the give, it's Gurindo. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Another try for Gurindo. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
On 3rd down, it's Gurindo.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Back to throw. Got his man. It's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver.
Brian Thomas.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw...
Oh, my goodness. Here's a 5th interception. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
On the ground, here's Garindo.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now it's Garindo.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown, Broncos.
Xavier Worthy.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Broncos are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 10-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Back to throw now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Aaron Stokes. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They'll run with Garindo.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
The big man, Mb2 there on the tackle.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday, and it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this fourth quarter. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from MetLife Stadium.